Hello and welcome to the channel. In this video I'm going to be talking about menopause and strange smells. Now that sounds strange in itself, but it is a fact that women often find during perimenopause onwards that they notice a change in their sense of smell and also in the way that their own body smells. So a change in your sense of smell can mean that you pick up on smells more easily than you used to. Things you perhaps wouldn't have even noticed before, you can notice, what's that smell? You notice them more. Fragrances that you used to love, you can actually then find you've gone off them. And also even something simple as you're cooking your favourite meal in the oven, the smell of it can seem quite heightened and you think, oh, have I put too much of this in it? Have I put too much of that in it? So your actual sense of smell can change. It really does become heightened and you will notice them a lot more, and you may well find that you suddenly start to dislike certain smells. Also, your body odour, your own body odour will actually change due to the difference in your hormone levels. So we all get sweaty and hot in general, but when you're going through perimenopause, particularly night sweats and hot flushes, you're going to actually sweat more anyway. But you may well notice that the way your body odour smells is different. It's stronger. It smells rather alien to you. It wasn't the way it was, and you can end up obviously getting quite self-conscious about that. Also, with going through the menopause process, there are other issues that can lead to more bodily smells. For example, discharge can change. It can change in frequency and texture, but also in odour. Also, women can become prone to small urine leaks, and again, you're going to notice more. If you've got a heightened sense of smell, you're going to notice more like the urine smell, even if it's a really mild smell and nobody else would notice. Even if you don't actually think, oh, I smell a wee, you're going to worry that you do. And dry mouth as well can cause a problem with the way your breath smells. So dry mouth also is another symptom that women quite often experience during the menopause. So there's lots of these changes going on in your body. So in some ways your body is changing the way it smells. Then some of the symptoms are increasing your, shall we say, your risk of being a little bit more smelly. And then you have got a heightened sense of smell. So you will pick up on scents, fragrances, smells, pongs, a lot more than you did before. So the whole thing, I shouldn't laugh, I know, because it sounds crazy, but it's real. But the whole thing, you just think, everything's just become more smelly, and you're not likely to be very happy with that. I mean, none of us want to think we smell bad. Smelling lovely, great, but none of us want to smell bad. And I actually found this really fascinating. I wrote a blog about menopause and strange smells. There's so many different changes and so many different things you pick up on, and so many different ways that the way your body produces what it was normally producing, or now it's producing more of this and more of that. I found it really interesting. So there's a lot more tips and a lot more information in the blog, which there is actually a link to the blog in the description of this video that I think you'll probably find interesting. There's also some more tips in there as well about how to deal with these things, but tips in general. So if you think I'm really smelly, I'm really sweaty and all the hot flushes, and the risk is you're likely to kind of overwash. If you overwash, you can actually increase the problem. If you highly fragrance your body, you can actually increase the problem. So you don't need to overwash. Your normal cleanliness, personal hygiene regime is good enough. If you use non-fragranced, and I know that kind of sounds a bit odd, But if you use non-fragranced and gentle products, then you are less likely to aggravate the situation. If you put on loads of highly fragrant stuff, it's not good for your skin, and it's really not going to help at all. So keep things simple and keep them as low in fragrance and as gentle on your skin as you can. When it comes to increased discharge, obviously that can make you feel uncomfortable, but if you wear a panty liner, if you wear a breathable, very natural panty liner, don't wear a scented one, because you can end up causing yourself infections such as thrush or increase in any urinary tract infections. But wear a daily panty liner, helps you feel fresher, helps to keep your underwear more comfortable and cleaner. Keep it non-fragranced and breathable. And if you can get your underwear cotton as well, that helps, because obviously cotton's natural and it is breathable material. So if your underwear's cotton and you've got a breathable panty liner, that can reduce the risk of unpleasant odours, or ones that you're likely to find unpleasant, or to worry that other people are finding unpleasant. So yeah, as natural as possible is the best thing for that as well. If you're worried about your breath, like I say, dry mouth it can cause obviously bad breath, because your mouth's drying out. It gives the chance for the bacteria to build up in your mouth, and bacteria is smelly stuff. So I have done another video about dry mouth. There's some tips and that on there to help you deal with that. But you can also obviously speak to your dentist, and also use products that are designed specifically for easing dry mouth. And even simple things like, if you're worried because you've got to go into a meeting and you're going to be talking to people, then obviously there's usually water in the meeting. A couple of little sips of water. You could suck a sugar-free mint, keep it sugar-free for your teeth and also your waistline. Keep it sugar-free. You could have, you know, just something like that, simple as a breath freshener. But do speak to your dentist if you are worried about dry mouth, because obviously it can cause a lot of dental health problems. Keeping yourself hydrated in general is good. Your body needs to be able to function properly, and if you're dehydrated, it's not going to, and it won't be able to flush out the toxins in your body if there's not enough fluid in there going on. Do bear in mind, you do get a lot of moisture from your food. You don't have to keep drinking gallons and gallons of water to have a healthy hydration level, but don't allow yourself to become hydrated is the thing there. So with the change in the smell of your sweat, it is just going to be a natural change, and you're likely to think it's a lot stronger than it was if you've got a heightened sense of smell. And nonetheless, again, as in with the stuff you wash with, do keep it gentle and do keep it really low fragrance or unfragranced. It does need to be gentle on your skin. The more fragrances you pile onto your body, particularly around your more personal areas, then the worse actually you can make the situation. So like I say, there's a lot more tips in the article and a lot more information too that I think you will find interesting. So I hope these tips have been helpful. If you would like any notifications of when I'm putting some more videos on, then click the notification bell. You can also subscribe to the channel if you would like to. Thank you for listening, and I will see you soon.